Welcome back to Roots and Roasts, where deep plant knowledge meets everyday life. Today, we're diving into something that every gardener, hiker, and even casual plant lover should know: how to spot and avoid the three plants most likely to ruin your weekend: poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac. Whether you're planning a hike, potting up native plants, or just walking your dog through a patch of greenery, these plants don't care. One wrong touch, and you're itching, blistered, and Googling calamine cream at midnight. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, where they grow, and how to stay safe. Let's get into it. So what actually causes the rash? It's a plant oil called urushiol, pronounced urushiol. It's invisible, it clings to everything, and just 1/1000th of a gram is enough to trigger a rash in most people. Urushiol isn't just on the leaves, it's on the stems, roots, even dead branches. It can stay active on clothing, tools, and pet fur for months if not washed properly. Write this down. These 5 things can carry urushiol without you even knowing it. You can touch none of the plant and still break out days later from your dog's fur or last week's work gloves. And here's the worst part: urushiol doesn't burn off. If you burn these plants, that oil becomes airborne. You can get a rash in your lungs. Poison ivy typically grows in sets of 3 leaflets, but that's just the beginning. Mature leaves are almond-shaped, often with notched or irregular edges. It climbs like a vine or creeps low to the ground, depending on light and competition. Here's what trips up even pros. Poison ivy's form adapts to its environment. On forest edges, it grows low. On trees, it uses aerial rootlets to climb. Along fences and buildings, it becomes woody and shrubby. It's part of the Anacardiaceae family, the same as cashews and mangoes. But unlike its cousins, it evolved to persist in disturbed zones: edges, fence lines, under power lines, and trails. Each season, it transforms. In fall, poison ivy turns striking shades of red and orange, tricking even experienced hikers into thinking it's decorative. But urushiol is still active, even on dead leaves and bare stems. Botanically speaking, poison ivy's center leaflet always has a longer stalk, a subtle but consistent ID marker. And its leaf edge changes with maturity. Young plants are smoother, mature ones more lobed or ragged. This plant thrives in disturbed soils and partial sun. You'll often see it where trees have been cleared, where power lines run, or where people walk off trail. And even in winter, those fuzzy vines climbing trees, still poison ivy, still packed with urushiol. Poison oak is the master of disguise. Its leaves mimic white oak or black oak, but look closer. Poison oak's lobes are rounded, often asymmetrical, and vary in size. Real oak leaves are more structured, stiffer, and rarely grow in threes. Unlike true oaks, poison oak grows as a shrub, bushy and low to the ground. On the West Coast, it can reach 6 feet tall. In humid forests, it vines up trees. No matter the form, it always has 3 leaflets, a dead giveaway. In fall, poison oak turns flame red and golden, just like true oaks. And in winter, bare stems still carry urushiol. Here's how to spot it every time. Write these down. Unlike ivy and oak, poison sumac doesn't lurk in backyards or along trails. It's a wetland specialist, found in standing water, bogs, and deep forest swamps. That's part of the danger. Fewer people know what it looks like. Here's the giveaway. Poison sumac doesn't have 3 leaflets. It forms long, elegant fronds with 7 to 13 leaflets, one of the only toxicodendron species with a feathered look. Each leaflet is smooth-edged and oval, and the central rachis, that's the main stem, is bright red in summer and fall. Many confuse poison sumac with harmless staghorn sumac. But here's the trick. Poison sumac has smooth, red stems and white berries. Staghorn sumac has fuzzy, velvety stems and upright red seed clusters. Write this down or screenshot it. It may be rare, but if you find it, know you're face-to-face with the most toxic plant on this list. 3 plants, 1 oil, but completely different signs in the wild. Here's your cheat sheet. Poison ivy is your neighborhood creeper, found in forests, fences, and front lawns. Poison oak mimics the familiar but hides in dry woods, often as a bush or trailing vine. And poison sumac? It's taller, elegant, and lives where your boots get wet, but it packs the strongest punch. Each has its own form, shape, and season, but every one of them carries urushiol, and every one of them can ruin your week. First, rinse with cool water, not hot. Use soap, not just water. Hot water opens pores and spreads the oil. Soap lifts it off. Use a nail brush if you have one. Oil hides under nails, in wrist folds, even around your waistband. Strip off everything, clothes, socks, backpack straps, and keep them away from others until washed. If you're feeling the itch, go with calamine lotion or 1% hydrocortisone cream. A cool compress can calm the area too. Don't use hot water. That only makes it worse. Scratching spreads the rash and opens skin to infection. Resist the urge. Keep it clean, dry, and soothed. Fall is the peak season for accidental contact because poison ivy, oak, and sumac turn beautiful. Reds, golds, oranges, but they're still toxic. Even dead leaves on the ground are packed with urushiol. Seedlings of poison ivy and oak can be easy to miss. Learn to ID them before they vine or bush out. These plants love edges, trail margins, fence lines, and disturbed soil. That's where most people get caught. Treat urushiol like motor oil. It sticks to everything. Wash your tools, your gloves, even your dog's paws. In winter, those hairy vines climbing trees, that's still poison ivy. Same oil, same risk. Knowing what to look for is just the start. Staying prepared is the real secret. Now you've got the eyes, the tools, and the tactics. Let's close this out with a few final ways to stay connected and share what you've learned. You made it to the end, and that means you're not just someone who wants to avoid a rash. You're someone who wants to grow smarter, hike safer, and protect your people. If this video helped, share it with someone who hikes, camps, or gardens. You might save them a lot of pain. Drop a herb or collision in the comments if you've ever had a run-in with poison ivy, or if you've got a story to tell. And if this made you smarter, hit that like, subscribe. Join us here at Roots and Roasts, where we grow plants, knowledge, and peace of mind.